Hello, welcome to week 1 of the Back to School Book Challenge, Art Challenge. I hope you're excited as I am to do some artsy crafty stuff with books. So I'm going to go over the supplies you need for today's project because we're not using all the supplies for every project every day. So what I need you to do is, first, there are 2 books you should have. There should be your hardcover thick book that will be used for week 5, okay? Set that aside because we're not going to need that until week 5. You should have another book that you're doing a lot of projects with, so we're going to need that book. Okay, obviously we're going to need a book, right, for these challenges. You're going to need your pencil. You're going to need paint. Any kind of paint you have laying around the house. Now here I have acrylic. It could be any color you want. It can be, you might have craft paint. These dollar paint bottles usually for stenciling or whatnot at the craft store. That's fine to use. You can even use temper paint that a lot of people have for school projects. Okay? Anything, the only paint I do not recommend is watercolor because you are going to be applying this paint on thin paper books and it just won't be able to handle watercolor because it's so wet. Okay, that's my only no-no. However, if you don't want to paint, that's also okay. You can instead, if you have markers, you can use markers. You can use Sharpies. You can use colored pencils. Anything that will cover the surface and decorate a page full of words that can cover words will be fine. You can even use collage, whatever. So go pick your medium, pick your book, and get a pencil. That's all 3 things that you need, okay? So what we're going to do first is get your book, and you're going to find a piece of paper in here that has words from top to bottom. So, for instance, this will not be a good page to use. I already started a couple of these here. That won't even be a good page to use. Obviously, that won't be a good page to use. So you want something like, for instance, here, that will have words from top to bottom. Now, book people, this is going to be a challenge. Like for myself, we're going to tear the page out. But it's for a good cause, right? So you're going to gently take the paper and slowly tear it out. You're only going to need 1 piece for today, unless you want to do more than 1 project of the same thing. All right, so what we're going to do with all these words, we're actually going to make poetry out of this. So with the words given, first I want you to do is take your pencil and not worry about the poetry part, but I want you to skim the whole thing and underline lightly anything, a phrase, words that just pops out on you. So for instance, I'm going to skim this in the pale moonlight. I think that sounds good. Let's see. Useless speech. The gray dawn softened the sky. Early ride. But kept it to myself. So you get the idea. You're going to underline any phrase that really just pops out at you. After you have them underlined, you're going to go back and try to create a poetry. Obviously, you're going to have to read the poetry like you would read normally. It has to flow from top to bottom. And you're going to go over this. So let's just say, oh, I really like the pale moonlight, but useless speech doesn't go well. I like in the pale moonlight, gray dawn soften the sky. So I'm going to erase the underline of the words I might not want to use. And maybe I'll add another one. That's why you're using pencil right now, just to kind of brainstorm and get an idea of what you want. Once you have your words picked out for your poem, now this can be a long poem, it could be just a sentence or a phrase. It does not matter, anything that inspires you. So here I have already selected a poem here. So I have selected, it seemed wonderful to say such a thing. Expecting, no trouble, I'm just as glad. So that's what I decided to use. What you're going to do is all the phrases you decide to add in your poetry, you're going to take your pencil and box each phrase in. And it's going to look a lot like that. Now, why are we boxing these phrases in? Because when you apply whatever medium you choose on the paper, you want to make sure you do not cover these words. Because these words are the ones that are going to pop out. You're going to want to cover all the rest, but you don't want to cover these. Okay, so that's the purpose of that. Now, once you get your poetry boxed out, you're going to take your medium and you're going to decorate, or whatever you want to say, the page to reflect your poetry that you chose. So it's supposed to go with it. If you're not an artsy person and this intimidates you, it does not have to be anything really hard to do. I mean, if you just want to take some color and do abstract and it's a sunny poem, to just paint some yellows and oranges. It does not have to be anything. It could be abstract. Just express yourself any way you like. If you're into art journaling or Bible journaling, this might be really up your alley. You can get your illustration pens and illustrate all around here. You can paint a picture. You can do a collage. You just don't want to cover up your words. Anything you like, just go with it. So I did a quick example just to show you an idea what it's going to kind of look like. Now, I did a painting, though, a very simple one. And you can see the words are popping out here. And that's what you are going to aim for. So here I chose, I should be lucky enough to realize that good people will be finished. The idea was incomprehensible and just as wise. And what I was thinking when I did this is, whether you're good or person or evil person, whatever, we all go through life as it's the big picture. We all go through life kind of the same way, and we all have to die someday. So that's why I picked a tree that is late fall, early winter, that the leaves are falling down, night sky, to represent the circle of the seasons, how the tree dies. All trees eventually die off for the winter, and the winter comes. That's what I was thinking. So you get the idea. You're going to take something, an image or even just color that tries to illustrate or represent what you're saying, and just have some fun, all right? So do that, and then take a picture and post it for the group for us to see. Now, when you take a picture, I'm pretty sure most of you, the viewers, aren't going to be able to read your poem. So when you take a picture, on the comments above, I love for you to write the poem that's on your artwork. So then we can all read your poem, look at your artwork, discuss it, make comments, and just enjoy each other's work, all right? So have fun with this and have fun creating using your books, and I will see you next Monday, all right? Take care. See you then.